Hello, sibling slayers and self-loathers. My name is TBSKine, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI, where this cheerful tutorial message currently sitting on my screen perhaps obscures the gravity of what emotionally has just happened to our main character, who's now convinced that he murdered his own younger brother in a fit of uncontrollable icon rage. So we'll see how Clive copes with that.
May as well hear what he has to say.
Don't go making me throw you back in there now, eh?
Did you see the girl Sid brought back with him?
I did. Poor thing, all dressed in dirty rags. I'll have to make a new dress for her.
No.
Odin and Bahamut had at it by all accounts. Not by Belinus Tor.
Gods. It's a wonder we didn't feel it here.
Are you alright now, Clive? You're not gonna go mad again, are you?
I'm sure he is.
Finally crawled out of the crypt, eh? You look like it. Although I thank you for doing us the courtesy of covering up.
Don't.
Ah, still have a bit of fight left in you? Then listen. I've arranged a meeting with Gav. In case you've forgotten, you're the one he's been putting his nose to work for.
For nothing.
Just listen. While you've been relaxing in your cell, Gav's been busy sniffing out your dominance. And according to his last report, he's picked up the scent. Gav's gone to a fair bit of trouble for you. The least you can do is hear the poor bugger out. He's going to meet us at the King's Fall. Pack your stuff. We'll leave as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, because I'm not convinced that Clive actually killed his brother. Not entirely, anyway.
Look what the girl dragged.
I think we're about to get some, like, really complicated... Like, I think the thing that the game is driving at is that, oh, wait, there's not just necessarily one dominant for each element. There can be, like, multiple dominants. Okay, let's see. A goldwork sash. While it is the rarity and luster of gold that makes it the standard of wealth in the realm, the alchemist covets it for a lesser-known third quality, ethereal conductivity. Unlike most metals, gold has the innate ability to channel ether and even amplify its effects, making it invaluable for those who wish to extract the full potential from a crystal or bearer. Yeah, extract potential from a bearer, like a thing. Let's see. Battle chains. When worn by a skilled combatant, the twin chains wrapped about these otherwise simple bucklers can be used to ensnare enemy blades, providing the defender with precious moments in which to deliver unhindered counterattacks. Cool. The Breath of Wind. Residual wind ether, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's exactly the same as the description for the other ones.
It'd better all be here.
Stock up on potions, shall we?
Finished, are you?
Well? What's that for you, dear?
Let's see. Storm Cry. Cool. But could I upgrade that? I could not upgrade it if I bought it. Which, because, like, that would only be like a 5-point upgrade over the Bastard Sword plus 2. But then on the other hand, it's clearly... Okay, so it's only made out of the wind shard, so it's only made out of, like, the thing that Garuda drops after the boss fight. So that's kind of okay, then. Yeah, let's grab that.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
It's time to have a cool weapon for a while.
Anything else?
Ooh. Oh, that is quite nice. I like that. Right. So the game gave me like a tutorial message about side quests being locked out, but clearly there aren't really any side quests here to lock out.
Clive, wasn't it? I heard you got locked up. Ah, don't look so down. Happens to the best of us. Well, us who are halfway interesting anyhow.
It's nice to see the Hideaway finally coming alive.
Those are just giving the same. Fair enough. What do we got over here? Something new on the Orchestrion. The sound of silence. Oh, it just, it's just, it literally is just silence. It's just turn the music off. I was fully prepared to make a "Hello, darkness, my old friend" joke, but the game had a better joke than me. Oh, fucking hell, that's good. That is genuinely kind of funny, because, like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, that's exactly what it says on the tin. Okay, so then there's not, like, any other interesting or important ambient conversations.
The line didn't work. I noticed a straw. I suppose I'll have to try something else.
Oh, he's doing his little farming thing. So this is another thing that I sort of perceive to be a theme that the game is setting up, is that this world relies so much on magic, right? Like all these magic crystals, bearers, like slave labor essentially, to water the crops, to like light the fires, to do all of the sort of normal menial tasks of life. And I would suspect that eventually the game's going to draw the connection that that is why the blight is happening. That, like, it is exhausting the ground the same way that, like, monoculture farming exhausts the soil, so that nothing new can grow, because, like, too much of the ether of the world is being drained out by human activity. And that, like, people have to learn, as they are here in the hideout, like, to sort of do farming and do the business of life without sucking out all those resources from the world. Like, that sort of seems to be kind of where it's going, because it's drawing that connection between magic as labor, on the one hand, like slave labor, essentially, like magical people are slave labor, and like being used as weapons of mass destruction. Like, essentially, it's sort of drawing the thematic connection that magical weapons and magical power is a form of, is a destructive force. Like, it's a form of destruction on the world. That, like, we might have to abolish, actually, because it's bad for the world, because it ruins the environment. But fortunately, I don't think it has any politics, this game. I don't think that it has any, like, I don't think there's any lines you could draw to, like, real-world things that are happening, because fortunately, in the real world, we are much smarter than this, and we would never over-rely on a set of profitable resources and extractive, economic policies in a way that ultimately is to the detriment of humanity and the world as a whole. So it's fortunate that this is just fantasy and not anything that's actually real.
Come on. Gav will be waiting for us. Get your stuff together.
And certainly, like, the Final Fantasy series has never been political, obviously. Like, that's never really been a main focus of the series, to sort of delve into politics. Like, it's just stories that happen to be about kings and queens and wars and international relations and, like, the question of how to lead a good life. And none of that has ever really been political, which is good, because if this game was political, then it would have an agenda, and that would be bad because of a reason I can't really think of right now, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. The King's Fall. Here tumble the waters of the Empire's brooks and bournes to converge into a single resplendent cataract where a bygone king is said to have lost both life and kingdom.
Not so long ago, this here was a thriving trade route. Then the blight came. The people left. And just like that, it was deserted. Making it the perfect little shortcut. Gab's waiting for us up ahead. Come on.
Come on. come on. Gav's waiting for us up ahead. Aw, poor baby boy. Still sad about killing your little brother.
Still feeling sorry for yourself?
Don't. Please.
Think about it, Clive. The rumours all point to... That was an Imperial signal. They shouldn't be here. The old fort's been abandoned for years. Our little chat can wait. I need to see what the bastards are up to. You go on ahead and meet up with Gav.
But we both know that...
No buts about it.
This is a slightly annoying trope sometimes, like the thing of like a character is about to deliver some important information to our protagonist and then, ooh, something interrupts them and they have to leave it for later and you kind of go, oh no, if only he had been told the thing. And then maybe things like, it's sort of the kind of thing that if it's used to set up a tragedy, like, oh, something terrible and tragic is going to happen because our protagonist lacked the one crucial piece of information, oftentimes I kind of feel cheated a little bit out of... Like, I sort of feel like that's a little, it's a little annoying. Like, miscommunication tropes are...
I'm the dominant of fire. We sent Gav on a wild goose chase.
Like, they can get real tedious real quick. If it's the thing of, like, if characters would just fucking talk to each other, the problems would be solved. That's never really sat right with me. I don't know that that's what the game is doing, but, you know. Anyway, spiders.
More killing.
Ah, damn it. Didn't mean to use the stone skin tonic there. Speeders. Little speeders. What now? Oh! Minotaur! Oh, that's a large boy. That's a kind of a horny character design.
Beastman.
Okay, let's see what he can do. Yes, horn charge and...
Not this time.
Hey, okay, that has a slightly longer hit. Oh, okay. I didn't feel like I was in range for that, but fair enough.
Give them all you've got, boy. Keep your distance, boy.
Okay. Okay, he doesn't have the world's most complicated moveset there. Ah! Albeit, I should probably not try and dodge backwards from a charge attack. That's probably dumb off me. Damn it. Okay, bad timing on my part. Okay, that took a hit. Boy, there we go. All right, I'm slowly figuring it out. Like, I think the game really, really wants you to swap between forms as often as possible to do as many things as you can. Minotaur Mane. A mane used in everything from helm crests to hairbrushes, primarily by those lucky enough to have never met with a Minotaur. And lo, did Sir Crandall strike the mane from the beast and rob him of his strength. Oh. The idea that strength is contained in hair.
Perfect little shortcut, Sid. Straight to a nest of bloodthirsty beasts. Can't be much further now.
Oh, did I just go the wrong way? Or did I just go the right way? I did. I was wanting to go the wrong way. Oh. Probably do want to heal up, though. Ow. You stop that. Okay, I have 600 ability points. I could probably do something with that. Actually, yeah, let's just get these upgraded so I don't have to think about them anymore. There. Now we can focus on gaining icon abilities. Like, for example, the counter here. I think I do want that. But do I want to use it? Because, like, it is much less effective for punishing someone when they're down. I think. Let's put Gouge on triangle. And then, because I like having the counter on square each time. Because the Wicked Wheel is like, okay, but it doesn't do much. So it has a really low range, and it's kind of annoying to target. Oh, that way. Oh, here's another one.
Come on.
And he has friends this time. Ah! Not quite what I meant to do. Okay, so that doesn't count as a counter.
There's a good boy.
Okay, let me just... get rid of the small fry. Damn it! I thought I could stagger him before I went down.
Don't let them get away.
Yeah, once again, X is not the dodge button. It's so weird. I'm so unused to dodging with R1. I wonder if I should just change it over to be circle.
What is it, boy?
After him! Don't let him escape! Gav! Who goes there?
I
This
do.
one's a deserter! Take his head! Out of my way.
Let's see. The Imperial Army. The assembled forces of the Holy Empire of Sunbreck. While officially under the command of the Cardinals, it is the Holy Emperor Sylvester Lesage whom the legions truly serve. On the battlefield, the Dragoons, peerless lancers renowned throughout the realm, are the Empire's keenest weapon, descending from the skies to sow terror and disarray among their hapless foes. Let's see. The King's Fall is a towering cataract fed by the waters of multiple converging tributaries. Though these waters long played an integral part in the lives of nearby settlers, an influx of displaced beasts fleeing from the Blight has forced many to abandon their claim to the resource. Probably good.
You mate!
Let me see. Can I... How much can I remap? Because as I remember, it's just... Okay, so I can have circle for evade, but then that changes every fucking other thing also. I just want to swap circle and R1. That's all I want to do. I just want to swap circle and R1. Okay. Not an option then. Ow. Rude. Also, I need to deal with you first. Hey, another Dragoon. And also a dragon for the Dragoon. Or a wyvern, I suppose.
There he is!
Oh, good!
Kill the deserter!
The fuck did they all come from?
Clive, what's the situation?
You're late! Gav's in trouble!
What?
The Imperials are on his tail! We have to get to him before they do.
Understood. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections? I'll take the dragon. You take the Dragoon.
Okay.
Keep your distance, boy.
Ah, right, he does 2 attacks. Okay, that's not enough distance to avoid the AoE, I see.
Die, you bastard! Think I heard me? Sorry, lad. Don't know how much help I'm gonna be here.
Better already.
Alright. One down, one to go.
Come on, I am dodging. Again, I feel like I get those timings right, but obviously I don't.
Give them all you've got, boy.
And he has a follow-up, right. Double jump. Mirage dive, huh? Oh, that's kind of a lot of them.
Since when could these bastards fly? What goes up must come down. Time waster. Come on, let's finish him off.
There we go. Whew. Level up! Yay! Okay, figure him out near the end there. Imperial Link. Many have tendered explanations as to how Imperial Dragoons are able to leap such absurd heights, from the power of prayer to a strict diet of hare, toad, and crickets. But none save the knights themselves know the truth. Whatever the secret, it is plain that the heavy plate would only prove a hindrance. And so the Empire equips its Dragoons with armor forged from lighter than linen mithril. This link is part of a vest that would have been worn beneath a breastplate. Oh, it's his nipple rings. We got 2 of them.
Come on.
Try not to fall into a river and die, Gav, please.
Shit!
Owned.
Clive! Give me your hand!
Oh, his injured arm, you mean? Hey, do you want to use Garuda's power maybe to grab him? Because you have that now?
Help me! Help me, Clive!
I've got you.
Or just arm, yes. That's also good. But, like, you have Garuda's power, dude.
There.
Sid, come on.
Clive doesn't have your nose, I said. He'd stumble off a cliff, I said.
Well, that's the trouble with a nose like mine. Can't help sticking it where it's not wanted. But if it wasn't for you two, my sniffing days would be over. Thank you. Truly.
So, what news?
Well, found out where your friend's heading, for one thing.
Gav,
Him and his mate are on their way to your old stomping ground, Rosaria. You should have seen what they did to the Imperials who tried to stop them. There's no question about it. He's a dominant fire, all right.
He can't be.
Clive, I saw you turn into an icon before my very eyes. And yes, there's a good chance it was you who killed the Phoenix. But we weren't alone, were we? There was the fellow you saw enter the whirlwind. I saw him too. You didn't dream it, Clive. He's out there.
But who is he?
Don't ask me. I don't bloody know. But I do know one thing. You're gonna find him and find out. After all, you swore an oath.
What?
You swore you'd avenge your brother's death. That you'd never rest until you'd hunted down the man responsible. So, find out if this man's responsible and kill yourself if he's not.
Sid,
Don't thank me. Thank Gav.
Thank you, Gav.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Ah, men expressing compliments and like It's such a man thing, like, to have, like, a sincere thank you and then just like not accepting it.
No birds returning this year.
The Deadlands have swallowed their roosts, like as not. We're running out of time.
We'll be in Rosaria in a day or two.
There's something so silly about him always wearing his hood all the time. I know what
where it all began.
It's probably Joshua, but like I know the reason why from a character design perspective, it's to keep his identity ambiguous for the audience. I see that right here. There we go. Hey, Josh.
He must be stopped.
We kind of had a suspicion that this might be so. Return to the Hideaway. No other options? I was kind of hoping to go to... okay.
Spitting great gouts of fire he was, like a bleeding volcano.
Ever seen a volcano?
What? You think I'm having you on?
Clive! Your friend. She's awake.
Right.
He feels a little bad about putting her in the coma in the first place.
Go to her, you fool. Right, you lot. Enough slacking. Goots, come with me. Gav, go and get those wounds seen to.
Oh, give it to me straight. How long have I got?
So?
All in good time. Let's make ourselves scarce.
Oh, that's cute. They have a nice dynamic. I just so wish that Clive would get a different outfit at some point. Little friend!
Isn't the Moogle funny? I wonder what it's trying to say.
They even have a Moogle. I've never seen one in the flesh.
Well, here I am, so drink it in, kabop!
I'm sure it said in my father's bestiary that they live deep in the forest, and that they never reveal themselves to humans.
He knows his stuff, but what he doesn't know is that Nectar the Bold is no ordinary Moogle, kabop!
Nectar, you say? Clive.
You understand Moogle tongue, kabop?
So it would seem.
Finally, kabop! I've been trying to talk to these people ever since the winds carried me here, but none of them understand a word I say. I've been banging my pom-pom against the wall, kabop!
That sounds painful.
Oh, it's hard to catch up. But now you hear my pom-pom safe at last. You can hear me. You can actually hear me, kabop! Very Final Fantasy XIV Moogles. It's our little secret, kabop! Are you gonna do synthesis for us? That would be lovely. Let's see. Aren't any side quests around, are there?
Let's get this fixed before someone does themselves a mischief.
It's true then. It really is you.
It is.
Clive!
Hey, sorry for putting you in a coma.
You're alive.
So are you. I still can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Yes. Talia told me what happened. You saved my life.
After nearly taking it, I had no idea. Forgive me, but how did you ever come to be there, Jill? Fighting for them.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate. Rosaria had lost her leaders. The Duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it. They killed the men and captured the women.
And took you back to Ironhome.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. But the end never came. My powers awoke, and everything changed. It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Iron Blood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield, or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
It's ironic, yeah.
What? What happened, Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
It was me. I killed Joshua.
No, that's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
It's the truth. I changed into him again, not long ago. The second icon of fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
When I think back to that night...
See, so why was Joshua Shade there?
The hooded man, he spoke to me.
A dolly zoom. Oh, that's nice.
What did he say? We have found you. What did he mean?
Clive, we should go back there, to Phoenix Gate. I need to know what really happened, and so do you. You need to know for certain. And if what you told me is true, and you did what you said you did, then we will face it together.
Jill,
And now he has the courage to actually reach out to her. Setup, reminder, payoff.
All right.
You'll be needing a change of clothes then.
Yes! Thank you, for fuck's
Out you
sake.
go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting excited.
Her, not me. Damn it!
Sorry.
I'll see you soon then, Clive.
I should be ready too. We've a long journey ahead of us.
I'll come down as soon as I've got changed, Clive.
I thought I told you to make yourself scarce. Your friend needs to get dressed.
Let's get this fixed before someone doesn't say.
We're looking at half a dozen.
Their bunks are made up. I can leave whenever you're ready.
Okay, so now we have a side quest available. At long last. We shall do those as soon as they become available.
You! Newcomer! I need help.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil. and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please, I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
All right, I'll go.
Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lostwig. Not the safest place for an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
Let's prioritize that one and go and grab the other one.
They really do with a proper place to train, like back in Rosalith. I'll speak with Otto.
Oh, that kid was at Rosalith.
We just don't have enough teams to follow every lead.
No, not even if they were teams of one.
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served.
Yeah, pay people for their
As
labor.
to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions. I have 3 meals for 3 industrious souls. What say you?
Oh, absolutely. I have time to do this. It's not like there's anything important to otherwise that I need to do.
Marvelous.
Meanwhile, out in the
3
wilderness.
individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway. You'll find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
Hard cut to that man's assistant being brutalized by dogs out in the wilderness.
Looks like you got a bit of the old fire back. I expect that's your friend's influence. You hold on to that one, all right?
Oh, don't go shipping me with her. Although the game clearly is also doing that. But yeah, I do want people, like, there was a very nice little setup reminder payoff, like, the scene at the very start of the game where they're standing, like, looking at the moonlight, where Clive is, like, almost reaching out to her, and then he pulls his hand back. Then the second time when they meet again, when she's, like, unconscious, and he sort of tries to reach out to her tenderly and then pulls back. And then here, finally, she kind of, like, breaches the divide between them, and then he reaches back and, like, reaches out for comfort, which is the thing that he needs, right? And that's a thing, again, Clive needed comfort in that moment under the moon 13 years ago, right? And was reaching out for it, but didn't really, because, like, no, I'm not supposed to. I'm not allowed to indulge myself. And now he's like, okay, fine. Like, I'm vulnerable. I need the emotional help.
Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Kenneth sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
Which, you know, that's not like cinematic or writing masterpiece shit,
Wrong.
but...
The way my gut's been growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Guard duty down here can't be much fun.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make. You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
Incarceration is a bad idea. Like, that's not like sort of masterful, oh my god, this is genius craft, but it's just craft. Like, it's just a good way to do characterization.
Give for some wild mickleberries.
To sort of like, to show visually that Clive has moved on, like, in the way that he relates to other people a little bit. It's a way to show character development, right?
Can I help you? Kenneth sent me.
Ah, wonderful. Do you hear that? Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you?
Is he sick? I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a Physica's immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else. Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you.
It's nice to see they have like a social support system here.
With a proper place to train.
We're looking at half a dozen.
Wait, hang on. Yes, it's the Chocobo lady out here.
Ooh, something smells good. For me, I hope.
It is. Courtesy of Kenneth.
Oh, my thanks. These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
There's never a moment's rest. Probably for the best I eat down here, reeking of the staples as I do. I'd only put people off their food. And who has time to wash and dress for dinner when they've got little darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway, thanks for the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
So one thing about dialogue,
I better let Kenneth know.
Like if you pay attention, like the lip flaps of the characters' mouths moving does not match what they're saying at all. Like it doesn't match the actual phonemes coming out of their mouths at all. And the thing is, there are systems, like Mass Effect uses these. There are plenty of systems that sort of exist that can take, like, a dialogue recording from an actor along with, like, a phonetic script of the words that are being said and can produce, like, not super realistic lip movements, but lip movements that match, like, well enough. Mass Effect does this. And curiously, this game either isn't using those, or else it is using them, but they're all like animation keyed to the Japanese dialogue, which is possible. Which is an interesting thing, because I know from interviews that I read that the English voice acting is the intended experience for the game, according to the Japanese developers. Like, according to Square Enix and the developers themselves, like, you're supposed to play the game in English because of Game of Thrones, right? So that's an interesting choice to make, like, to not like, if they have lip flap matching, not to use the one that actually matches the language they want the game to be played in.
Ah, you're back. All done? Wonderful. Here, your reward, as promised.
But also looking at the lip flaps that the characters
Hideaway's
use.
Quite something. Everyone has their place.
A fact we are proud of, believe me. I'm glad you've witnessed it for yourself. You have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us, should you desire it.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth, and not a soul among us would deny it. I look forward to all that you will bring to our little community.
But, like, looking at the lip flaps they use, I'm not 100% sure it matches any language. Like, it could be it just doesn't match a language at all. But who knows? Like, it could just be generic, like, procedurally generated lip flaps for all we know. But, yeah.
Sid's gone off again. To Rosaria this time to pick up some supplies. Never can get him to sit still.
But I do wonder, can I swap the spoken dialogue during gameplay, or do I have to reset the game? It looks like I would have to reset the game to change the spoken language. That makes sense. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be loaded for that to... Yeah. Okay, well. No quick way to test it. But it is a thing, like most big RPGs like this, and this is something we talked about before, is that there is a big invisible difference between, like cutscenes that are hand animated, that are like where you can clearly see that some animators. You'll be all right.
Someone's in trouble.
Like cutscenes where like they have hand animated the whole thing, versus.
Don't let them get away.
Versus ones that are like procedurally animated. And I will say that the fully animated cutscenes, like when they actually do full character animation, it's genuinely pretty fantastic.
That's enough. Lose. Don't let them get away.
Ah, darn. Should have used Heat Wave instead. That.
Stay down.
And it is a thing of, like, there's no game studio on Earth that has the manpower and the budget to fully animate every single dialogue scene in a game like this. Like, that just simply is not going to happen.
Are you hurt?
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the Hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
And I'm Martel. But what are you doing here?
Looking for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the Hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Yeah, full of pook.
Rich and fragrant. Right. Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
Soil, then. There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
I guess this is? There's something kind of nice about there being a vineyard. Because vineyards are like...
That should be enough.
First of all, they have great aesthetics, right?
Better
Like
get it back to the Hideaway.
super duper cottagecore shit right there. But also, I'm gonna look. Hang on. Are there any side quests in Lost Wing, perchance? Not that shows up on the map. Let's just go there. But it's also like in terms of where wine sits in like the in an economy.
You're that soldier who chased off the royalists. I want you to know that you'll always be welcome among us, and that my parlour's always open.
Oh, ma'am. Like wine is a thing of like that is utterly non-critical.
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing off to the vineyard to see the lad?
There were purple handprints all over her skirts.
It's something that that's farmed for pleasure and for profit, right? And that's like I do like it when And it's something like in a lot of games that have sort of like a role fantasy, like every square inch of farmland is just like subsistence farming, right? And like there's sort of, at least I feel like less often you see like the useful crops, like hemp, for example, for ropes. Sometimes you get vineyards, like occasionally, but not that often. And like wine is such a huge part of, especially like European medieval culture and just culture in general, that it's like I don't know. I just get a little like, hey, that's cool.
Sun's setting fast. They'll all be back from the vineyard soon.
Then I better go and give that stew a stir.
There haven't been any surprises since your last visit, but we all know how fast that can change.
Like, I like it when occasionally a game will sort of like, you can see that there's that little thought put into, okay, they're not just going to be farming food. They're going to be growing other things. Like, they're going to be growing, like, useful fibers. They're going to be growing, like all the other products of an agrarian economy. And that's just, you know, the brain poisoned by studying history, you know. Because it's not like it's important that like games have realistic medieval economies.
My shield and shining armor. You can give those samples straight to the garden master. He's expecting them.
There you are. And all safe and sound.
He doesn't mean her.
Oh. Yes, she's standing right there.
Not the girl. The soil. Did you bring it?
Yes. Here.
Rich, loamy earth gathered from the vineyards of Gotland's bales for use in the Gardener of Bohemil's experiments.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's...
That's all right. It's just how he is.
It's
and
not
if it
quite
wasn't
all
for
right.
him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least. I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
Apples, by the way. This is another thing. Like, apples, historically, for a very, 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 very long time indeed, apples were not for eating. In fact, apples were for alcohol.
Research can continue apace, and when my fertilizer is complete, the furrows will need expanding. Bohemil will not bow to the blight.
Like, apples for a very long time were these very tart, very sour, very sort of unpleasant tasting fruits that people just kind of could not eat. Like, at all, because they were just so awful. And it's only a very few sorts of apples that are actually sweet enough for human consumption.
We're looking at half a dozen, maybe more.
Their bunks are made up.
And so legend, like, if anyone knows the legend of Johnny Appleseed, for example, and like the Granny Smith apple, which is one of the first sort of really edible sorts of apples that were ever discovered, every single apple tree that carries a Granny Smith apple is a genetic clone of the original Granny Smith apple tree, because the only way to get those sorts of apples to propagate and procreate is to graft limbs from trees onto other trees that can sort of replicate the taste. And like, I think there's some more complexity to it in terms of like exactly how they graft and like build it up. But it's basically that is like all of the fruit we eat nowadays, like the pears and the apples, and like it's all so heavily cultivated. Like, look up what a banana looks like what the bananas looked like before humans cultivated them. It's a very different fruit. But yeah, like apples used to be just for mead and for wine and for fermentation into beer. Or apple liqueurs, more specifically. And you would find, and again, agrarian cultures would still farm apple trees. They would still make orchards. It's just none of those apples were for food. They were for making good alcohol out of. And occasionally very, very bad alcohol.
What do you want?
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
Come here for conversation. While common on the southern continent, worship of the land itself as a deity is almost unheard of in Valisthea. Yeah, that might be a problem. That, however, has not stopped the import of fine steel blades blessed by Gaian presbyters under the claim that they are deadly and more durable than those forged in the twins.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better
I wonder if you can
price than
increase... Do you ever get access to more items than this? And also, can you increase your inventory space for them? Would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? We made a weapon out of, like, the soul of an icon, like these weapons of mass destruction, and then later go on down to the shops, and it's like, oh no, yeah, we have a better one here. Like, 5 minutes later, they have a better one. I mean, I fucking might as well. It's not like I'm spending the money on anything else, am I?
blind, you know. Off you go, then. And best of luck.
I should probably say thank you to Gav, too.
Well? What do you want?
Let's see. Can I get the Gaia blade up to level 2? That would be nice. Probably could.
You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do.
Sweet.
Anything else?
I do kind of like the look of this weapon, though.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you're with Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood. Thank you, Gav.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. No need to make such a fuss.
Yes, a little need, actually.
You take care, alright? Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Oh, outfit reveal? Hey, she's looking good.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ready, my lady?
Ready.
I do like that Clive is open with his affection. That he's like... Because it would be very easy to make him such a stoic, like, I have no feelings, I have no emotions, I am dark and haunted and edgy. But that guy, it's like, when he's grateful to someone, he shows it. That's nice. I like that. That makes him a lot more likable as a protagonist. Now, just gonna check again that there aren't any side quests, like, just kind of hiding from me. Oh, I kind of want to check... Is this place still filled with wind elementals? Because now the storm is gone. Oh no. Now we've got whatever those are. Hi, are you monsters? No. Antelopes, though. Okapi? It's like sort of antelope okapi kind of thing with like a lion's tail. Oh, that's cool. Sweet. Let's run around and explore here for a second.
Excellent. Another fight. That's enough.
Okay, but looking at the map though, locked. Okay, so maybe there's not that much point running around down here. But okay, that's nice. Like, it's nice that the area updates like that. And those are some cool little critters. Not super scared of people, I will say. I'm sort of tempted to find out whether I could kill them and, like, whether they drop crafting materials, but also that feels mean. Yeah, let's just go to the map. Looking at the time, though, this is probably a decent place to cut an episode, because we kind of seem to have hit, like, a new phase in the story. So, actually, if you have enjoyed hanging out in Final Fantasy XVI with me, you can hit the like, comment, and or subscribe buttons down below. That'll let you know when new episodes are coming out. If you want to watch them early, become a member of the channel. If you want to watch more Final Fantasy XVI right now, well, you're not going to get it on Twitch, because I actually need to go and have dinner, but I'll be streaming again in just a little bit. And if you are a subscriber on Twitch, you will get access to the VODs from the streams, so you can see all of the stuff that happens, including stuff that otherwise doesn't make it into the episodes or gets edited out, if that's your deal. What else? Right, is that all the self-promotion? I think that's all the self-promotion I have to do. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another. Have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourselves, and may the tides of history wash gently over us all.